Welcome to the Global Warwatch Network.
So let's get right to it. We're talking about a Russian submarine that's been in the works for nearly 2 decades. It's like a ghost of a program that just refuses to go away. And believe me, it's a fascinating look into the struggles of modern naval shipbuilding. The entire future of this submarine class might literally hinge on this one vessel. If you're into stories like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss an update.
Okay, so the submarine at the heart of this whole saga is the B-587 Velikiye Luki. After years, and I mean years, of sea trials and tweaks, the shipyard is hoping to finally hand it over to the Russian Navy by the end of 2025. But here's the thing, that finish line has been a moving target for a very long time.
Now, the Velikiye Luki is part of what's known as the Project 677M Lada-Class, and on paper, this was supposed to be the next big thing for Russia, a super stealthy, compact, modern submarine just perfect for tricky places like the Baltic Sea. But as you're about to see, the journey from a great idea to an actual working warship, well, it's been anything but smooth.
To really get why the Velikiye Luki's delay is such a big deal, you have to kind of zoom out and look at the entire Lada program. This wasn't just one problem with one boat. No, this was a whole program that was basically teetering on the edge of complete failure for years.
And this is where it gets really interesting, the massive gap between the ambition and the reality. On one hand, Russia had this grand vision for a cutting-edge successor to its old reliable Kilo-class subs. But on the other hand, the program was just slammed by a perfect storm of problems. We're talking major engineering headaches, the money constantly drawing up, and even the Navy changing its mind about what it wanted.
And this quote right here, it just gets right to the heart of it. The very first submarine of this class, the St. Petersburg, was, well, it was a disaster. It never hit its performance goals. It failed in pretty much every key area you can imagine. It was so bad, in fact, that it's reportedly being retired instead of fixed. I mean, what a terrible sign for a brand new class of vessel, right?
So with that history of failure hanging over everything, how did it affect the star of our show? Well, the Velikiye Luki basically inherited all the problems of the Lada program, and its own path to actually getting into service has been an absolute marathon.
Just take a look at this timeline. It's kind of wild when you see it all laid out. The first steel was cut way back in 2006, and back then, it wasn't even called the Velikiye Luki. It was the Sevastopol. By 2009, work just stopped, flat out. It wasn't until 2015 that they restarted everything, with a new design and a new name. And even then, it took another 7 years just to get it into the water. It's been in sea trials ever since.
So for the past couple of years, it's been stuck in this loop. It goes out to sea, they test it, they find something that's not quite right, it goes back to the shipyard to get fixed, and then the whole cycle starts over. Now, this back and forth is normal for a new ship, but for the Velikiye Luki, it's been going on for an unusually long time. It's what pushed the delivery date from 2018 all the way to a hopeful 2025. So after all this trouble, you might be thinking, why even bother, right? Why does the Russian Baltic fleet still want this submarine so badly? Well, the answer is, if it finally works as advertised, it offers some really specific, really important advantages in a very tense part of the world.
Let's just quickly peek under the hood of the specs. It's around 2,650 tons submerged, which makes it a lot smaller and lighter than the older Kilo-class boats. It's diesel-electric, it's got 6 torpedo tubes, and here's the most important part, it can launch Kalibr cruise missiles.
And this is why those specs really matter. You know, the Baltic Sea isn't the deep, open ocean. It's shallow, it's crowded, its compact size is perfect for that. Plus, it's designed to be much quieter, using special coatings and things to make it harder to find. In an area that is absolutely crawling with NATO surveillance, having a stealthy little submarine like this is a huge strategic bonus.
But here it is, the real game changer, the Kalibr cruise missile capability. This one weapon turns the submarine from just a local problem into a serious long-range threat that can strike targets deep inland or hit ships far out at sea. It gives the Baltic fleet a powerful offensive punch that, frankly, its current submarine force just doesn't have.
So as we start to wrap this up, it becomes pretty clear that the delivery of the Velikiye Luki is about so much more than just one boat joining the fleet. Its success, or its failure, carries this huge symbolic weight for the entire Russian submarine industry.
See, getting this one boat delivered successfully makes it a proof of concept. It would finally prove that the redesigned Lada-class actually works.
It would be the thing that could maybe, just maybe, turn this 2-decade-long cautionary tale into a viable, modern platform for the future. It's all about restoring confidence.
And this chart right here really shows you how high the stakes are. The second boat in the class, the Kronstadt, took an unbelievable 19 years to enter service. 19 years! And work on the next 2 submarines has been completely stopped because there's no money. The whole program is basically hanging by a thread, which makes the success of the Velikiye Luki absolutely critical.
So I guess that leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? Is the Velikiye Luki the start of a real comeback for this long-suffering program? Or is it just going to be a single, rare victory in a story that's been mostly about failure? Honestly, only time is going to tell.
Well, that's everything I've got on this one. Thank you so much for your time and for joining me for this explainer.
Hey, if you found this interesting, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button, share it with someone you think would appreciate it, and of course, make sure you're subscribed to Global Warwatch Network. We really want to hear your take, so drop your thoughts in the comments below and come join our community on social media. All the links for that are down in the description.